Abolish Social Security, the new plan being discussed. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. Alright, here we are. I never thought that I would come back and make a video talking about abolishing Social Security, but this is the new plan circling around out there, and I want to bring you all the details to let you know what they're now talking about, as well as the likelihood of something like this actually happening. Which, by the way, when I say abolish, I mean formally end, replace, or possibly even cancel. So let's get into it and talk about what they're now saying. This is a plan that's a little bit out there, but we got to talk about it because you never know what they might be doing going forward. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video, as it's totally free to do so. And because I am your one and only daily advocate, it is my dedication, my commitment, and my promise to you and everybody right here in the community to continuously be here right by your side every single day, watching all this information hitting the wire, doing the necessary research and breaking it all down into these short videos so you can stay posted on what is actually going on right now during this very busy, confusing, and very uncertain time as things continue to change literally every single day. Well, either way, I'm here for you as much as I can be, so again, please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and also share this video with your friends, family, and social media. So let's get into it and talk about what's going on. And again, thank you so much for your support. I really, really do appreciate it. Alright, so let's talk about this, as this is a little bit of a crazy plan, but again, just like always, if you've been watching the videos here on the channel for any length of time now, you know that we got to focus on all of this stuff because, as I've mentioned before in other videos, you never know what Congress may have up their sleeve or what they may do to this very important program. Honestly, you don't know, right? That's why we got to explore and look at all of these different options, because sometimes it seems very obvious when something pops up, we're like, oh yeah, obviously they're going to do that. And then before you know it, we realize, oh wait, they didn't do the obvious. They did something completely off the wall that we didn't expect them to do, right? So sometimes they don't take the obvious approach. All right, so anyway, let's talk through the details of this new plan and this discussion of abolishing Social Security. Now, again, I want to make this very clear. I am not here to instill fear in anybody. I'll give you my opinion on this whole situation of abolishing Social Security here in just a minute or two, but let's talk through the details as far as what they're saying and the major issues as far as why some individuals are actually saying this. All right, so first off, obviously we've talked about this before in other videos, but Social Security has some major financial issues ahead of them, right? Well, again, that is what Congress is playing around with right now. They're trying to wrestle around with this old big beast, trying to figure out what should we do here. We got a major problem. Let's figure it out. Let's come along with all these different ideas and figure out a solution to this. Well, here's what they're now suggesting is because Social Security has such a major financial situation ahead of it, they're basically saying what the problem is, we have all of these beneficiaries who are promised all of these benefits that you've earned throughout your working career, and then we have less people paying in through Social Security payroll taxes, so ultimately more beneficiaries, less people paying in. You know, it's just not working, right? The program is not working as of right now. It's working just fine, but in the future, we know that this plan ultimately will collapse if nothing is done about it, right? Well, as a result of that, here's some of the issues and some of the details that I found while doing more research on this, and I thought this was actually very interesting, and I want to share with you these statistics because this will illustrate exactly what is going on and the major problems that are being illustrated here. So back in 1940, actually, let me take a step back for a second. In 1935 is when Social Security was actually brought into law, right? The bill was brought in, passed through Congress, signed by the president. 1935 is when Social Security actually started. However, get this. In 1940, there were 160 workers for every one Social Security retiree, right? So essentially, obviously, as you know, you go out and you work and you pay in through Social Security payroll taxes. Those taxes go in to the Social Security Trust Fund, and then it pays out the retirees, right? So again, we know how this whole system works. By the way, it's a 12.4% tax on payroll, right? So the first 6.2% is paid by the employee. The other 6.2% is paid by the employer, right? Unless somebody's self-employed, then they pay all of it, the whole 12.4%. But so basically back in 1940, so however many years ago that was, not really sure, not doing the math right now. But anyway, however many years ago that was, in 1940, there was 160 workers for every one retiree. So essentially, the 160 people paying in through Social Security payroll taxes were supporting this one retiree. Not bad, right? Now, here's the major problem. Get this. As of right now, 2023, there are 2.8 workers for every one retiree. Again, remember, 1940, 160 workers per retiree. Now, 2.8 workers per retiree. Well, that equation is not working, okay? That is exactly why Social Security has these major problems right now, is that we don't have the people out there working like what we did back in 1940, where obviously there were a lot more people working and paying into Social Security payroll taxes, and now, I mean, clearly, there's not that many people working anymore, right? So as a result of that, we have a very small number of people supporting each retiree. Well, we know that if we run the numbers on this, it's just not working out, right? Because here's the thing. Payroll taxes are capped at $160,200 this year in 2023. In other words, all income up to the $160,200 this year in 2023 is taxable by Social Security. Any income over that threshold is no longer taxable by Social Security, and it's all subject to the 12.4% payroll tax, okay? So that's what it is, right? All right, but anyway, we can clearly see how this equation is not working out. So basically, the people that are writing these articles talking about abolishing Social Security, they're essentially saying the system is broken. The system is so incredibly broken right now, rather than all of these politicians talking about, what can we do to fix up Social Security and make sure that this program is good? What they should be doing, and again, these are not my words here, this is what's coming out of the information and the articles that I'm doing research on and that I'm finding out there, is these people are suggesting, rather than the politicians spending time trying to figure out what to do to fix Social Security, they should spend the next 10 years between now and insolvency working up a plan to start something new going in place of Social Security that would actually be more financially sound and more fiscally responsible than a program like this that is really not a good situation for the beneficiaries. Now, here's the thing. As of right now, Social Security is totally fine, but that's not going to be the situation in 10 years from right now when we're talking about this insolvency issue. In 10 years from now, the picture for Social Security is going to be very, very different unless they do something about it. So the people that are writing these articles and talking about this whole abolishment of Social Security are essentially just saying, rather than going forward and trying to figure out a solution for Social Security, let's come up with a new plan that actually serves the beneficiaries in a much better way. Now, they're also suggesting, rather than everybody being subject to receive Social Security, let's just make it a program specifically focused on the middle income and lower income. Higher income individuals and millionaires and billionaires, cut them totally out of the equation is what they're saying, because these individuals, why would a multimillionaire or a billionaire want, I don't know, $2,000, $3,000 a month from Social Security? I mean, seriously, do they really care about that? You know what I mean? So that is what they're saying here in these articles as well, is they're saying, let's just focus this new program on something that is actually focused on the lower income and middle income individuals. So I don't know, some interesting stuff. And like I said a minute ago, well, actually a few minutes ago by now, which was, I wanted to bring all this information to you so we can explore the details as far as what they're actually talking about, because honestly, you never know. We're in this phase right now where Congress literally has no clue what they're doing. They don't have a plan. All they're doing is they're literally exploring every single idea that may come to mind. So again, I just want to bring this to your attention so we can see what's going on. All right, now let me take just a minute or two now and throw my opinions in on this thing and just show and discuss my ideas as far as what's the likelihood of something like this actually happening? Abolishing Social Security. All right, let me say this much. It's not happening. Not right now anyway. In the next 10 years, highly, highly doubt it. Now, maybe, let me throw this out there, maybe in the next 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 years, something like that, I would not be shocked one bit to see Social Security replaced with a different program that is more efficient and more financially sound, again, specifically focused on lower income and middle income individuals. But again, I would say that is decades out from now. Like 20, 25, 30 plus years from now, a very long time from now. Is it going to impact any of us? Well, maybe some of us, but for the most part, probably not at all, okay? So that is my honest opinion on this. I do not see Social Security going anywhere anytime soon. There's just no way, and they don't have a plan for any of this to go on right now. So that's my honest take on this whole thing. I don't see Social Security going anywhere. This program will be around for a very, very long time. But again, at some point, considering what's going on here, we can clearly see, what is that? It's like I can't do the math right now for a reason. 60, 80, 83 years ago. In 1940, okay? So what did I say, 83 years ago. So in 83 years ago, we can clearly see 160 people supporting each individual retiree. Now it's less than 3. So that equation, again, is not working, okay? That is not working. I don't care if you're a statistician or if you're a mathematician or if you are, not good at math at all. We can all clearly see that doesn't work, right? We all know that that's an equation that does not work, okay? So again, why I'm saying that is I would not be shocked. In fact, I would almost anticipate in a very long time from now, 2-3 decades from now, there's probably going to be some kind of replacement to Social Security or something along these lines. Maybe there's a secondary program. Maybe there's another program that pops up that is complementary of Social Security. Maybe it's a program that people that are born, X year, maybe 1980 or earlier are going to get Social Security, and anybody born 1980 or after are going to be enrolled in this new program. Again, I'm just throwing out some ideas. I don't really know what the plan is going forward. That is for Congress to figure out, not for us to figure out. But my point is, I would not be shocked one bit if Social Security is one of these plans that eventually phases out over long, long periods of time. Not anytime soon, okay? And then eventually replaced, or there's a complementary program that is running side by side for younger generations. I would not be shocked at all to see that, just because we see over the course of, the last, 88 years or whatever since Social Security has been around, we know that this thing has experienced some major insolvency issues over the last all of these decades, right? So, they got to figure something out here because it's a program that continues to come up with all these insolvency issues. And if they don't figure it out, well, then we're just going to continue to have the same old thing time and time again, right? So, anyway, as the saying goes, what is the saying anyway? Oh man, I forgot it. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. That's the saying, right? Well, yeah, obviously, right? So same old thing with this here. If they continue doing the same old thing, they're going to continue to get the same old result. So they got to do something different to get a different result. Anyway, hope this one helps you out. Again, I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be. I want to bring you all this information because we need to stay tuned with what is actually going on, because as soon as we stop watching and stop listening to all this stuff that's going on out there, that's when Congress is going to come up with some crazy idea and implement it that'll be not beneficial for the beneficiaries. So anyway, I'm here for you. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy your day and catch you again later in the next